10 Inspiring Indian Mythological Stories for Kids with Morals. The Indian mythological stories has a rich culture and numerous traditions. It is through these that the process of cultural inheritance happens. Usually, kids are very curious and each story heightens their imagination. The kids will know what is good and bad. They will understand the importance of relationships, be it family or friends. Some of the important virtues like truth, tolerance, love, devotion, courage, service, etc. are planted in those young minds. Even though these stories are ancient, they are very relevant to this date because of the morals it conveys. Let's look at some of the inspiring stories with morals for the kids. Around with the globe, Ganesha and Kartikeya. One day, Narada visited Mount Kailash, the home of the gods Shiva and Parvati. He gave a divine fruit to Parvati and asked her to give the fruit to one of her sons, either Ganesha or Kartikeya. She was also told not to divide the fruit. She was in a predicament and decided to conduct a competition between the siblings. It was said that whoever circles the world thrice would be awarded the fruit. With the help of his peacock, Kartikeya completed almost 2 rounds, but Ganesha couldn't do the same with his ride, the mouse. Instead, he circled Shiva and Parvati 3 times. He mentioned that his parents were equivalent to the entire world and won the competition. Moral: parents are the most important people in our life. The story of Lord Shiva's Nandi. Nandi is the guardian of Lord Shiva and had sheer devotion towards Shiva. Once, some evil men barged into Shiva's place. Shiva wanted Nandi to be on his side to fight against the bad men. But Nandi did not listen to Shiva's words. He ran behind those men despite Shiva denying so. This made Shiva very angry and told Nandi to stay outside of Shiva's residence. This is why we see Nandi outside of Lord Shiva's chamber in temples. Moral: think well before you act and always obey your master's words. The knowledge of Ravan. Ravan is always considered to be the greatest villain of all times, but the lesser known fact is that Ravan was a great scholar. Lord Rama defeated him in the final battle, and when Ravan was nearing his death, Rama asked his brother Lakshman to gather knowledge from the great Ravan. Ravan agreed to teach him about power and politics. Some of the essential life lessons that he taught Lakshman includes to do good deeds without delay and to avoid bad deeds. The king's power and knowledge should never make him arrogant or greedy. Never assume that your enemy is powerless. Never share life secrets even with closest persons, because people change constantly. Moral: knowledge can be gained even from our greatest enemies. The story of Krishna and Kaliya. Lord Krishna lived in Vrindavan. He spent most of his playing with his friends and safeguarding the people from danger. In the Yamuna river lived a multi-headed venomous snake named Kaliya. He poisoned the entire Yamuna river, and the water was so contaminated that it killed any living being that came in contact with it. Lord Krishna decided to put an end to this. He dived into the river and fought the evil snake by assuming the weight of the universe in his feet on the snake's head. Kaliya was defeated and pleaded for forgiveness. He let go of Kaliya with a warning stating that he must never return to Vrindavan. Moral: good will always win over evil. The story of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was a courageous hero of the epic Mahabharata. He was born to Arjuna and Subhadra. When Subhadra was pregnant with Abhimanyu, his father Arjuna narrated about the impenetrable Chakravyuha, which was a deadly maze to defeat the enemy. The unborn Abhimanyu was hearing this from his mother's womb. But as she fell asleep, he was unable to know of coming out of the Chakravyuha. He only knew about entering into the maze. When the time came for him to fight at the Kurukshetra war, he managed to enter the maze and tried to fight his enemies. As he did not master the strategy, he was easily killed by his enemies. Moral: try your best till the end and never give up. The dedication of Eklavya. Eklavya was a young boy with the great ambition of becoming the best archer. His desire to learn archery from Dronacharya was denied as he belonged to a low caste. But this did not lower his spirit to learn archery. Every day he practiced archery near his house, and he kept a clay idol of Dronacharya beside him. With time he became a great archer. One day Dronacharya noticed Eklavya's exceptional archery skill and feared that he would defeat Arjuna, Dronacharya's best student. Eklavya was delighted to see Dronacharya, and as he considered Dronacharya to be his guru, he demanded the right thumb of Eklavya as Guru Dakshina. He immediately did it and gave the thumb to Dronacharya but failed to become the greatest archer in the world. Moral: anything is possible with hard work and dedication. The tale of Mahatma Buddha. When Buddha was passing through a village, some people abused him. After listening to everything, he asked whether he can leave if they are satisfied. The people were surprised and asked how he took all the abuse and never got angry. He replied that he cannot take in abuses. Previously, when he visited another village, the people gave him sweets which he refused because he was not hungry and they had to take them back. The people would have distributed the sweets to their families and friends. Now he asked the village people whether they would take the abuses back to their families and friends. They felt embarrassed and worshipped Buddha later on. Moral: patience and tolerance can transform even bad people's hearts. River Kaveri's birth story. Kaveri was the daughter of King Kavera and she married sage Agastya. They lived their life by serving the people. Once a demon was bothering the villagers by halting the rain. They prayed to God to put an end to this as the people were suffering. Fearing that the demon would harm Kaveri, Agastya turned her into the water and carried her in a pot while he went to bathe. Lord Ganesha came in a crow's form and tipped over the pot, making the water flow out. This transformed Kaveri into a river and provided water to needy people. Moral: God will transform to any form to help the people in need. The story of Bhakt Prahlad. Prahlad was born to demon king Hiranyakashyap, who was an arrogant, egoistic ruler. He ordered everybody not to pray to any god, and to pray only to him because he considered himself to be powerful than any other god. But Prahlad was different. He was a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Hiranyakashyap did not like this and wanted to kill his son. Though he tried many ways to kill him, Prahlad would pray to Lord Vishnu and would be saved. This made Hiranyakashyap even more furious, so he asked help from his evil sister Holika to end Prahlad's life. Fire could not hurt Holika, so she made Prahlad sit on her lap in a bonfire. As Prahlad prayed Vishnu, Holika's magic did not work. She was burnt but Prahlad survived. This is the reason why Holi is celebrated. Later Vishnu also killed Hiranyakashyap. Moral: God will always bless those with extreme devotion. Why Vibhishan become immortal? Vibhishan is the youngest brother of Ravan and Kumbhakarnan. All three of them meditated to please Lord Brahma and get a wish. When Brahma appeared, he asked for their wishes. Ravan wished that no god or demon should kill him. Kumbhakarnan wished to eat and sleep. Finally, Vibhishan wished that he wanted to be in the path of truth and righteousness. Brahma got delighted and made Vibhishan immortal. Moral: truth will always prevail.